The Atlantic Ocean is a place of immense power, stretching across thousands of miles between continents. For millions of years, the Atlantic Ocean has shaped weather, climate, and the history of life itself. Beneath the surface, powerful currents move enormous volumes of water across the Atlantic.
The Atlantic is not simply a body of water. It is one of Earth's great engines.
Its waters generate storms, sustain ecosystems, and conceal countless mysteries. The Atlantic Ocean is a place where calm seas can transform into violent storms.
Energy moves constantly through the Atlantic, shaping everything that lives within it. Beneath these waters lies a world few people ever see.
The Atlantic supports some of the richest and most complex ecosystems on Earth.
Ahead lies the first great force that defines the Atlantic Ocean: the storms.
Across the Atlantic, storms are among the most powerful forces shaping life at sea.
These weather systems can transform vast regions of the Atlantic within hours. Wind, pressure, and ocean currents combine to create some of the planet's most formidable storms.
The Atlantic serves as the birthplace of many storms capable of crossing entire oceans.
For centuries, sailors feared the unpredictable power of the Atlantic.
The Atlantic Ocean can generate waves powerful enough to reshape coastlines and challenge even the strongest vessels.
The energy released during major Atlantic storms is almost beyond imagination.
Yet storms are only one chapter in the story of the Atlantic. These waters carry life, nutrients, and secrets across the entire ocean. Beneath the storms lies another Atlantic entirely, one filled with mysteries waiting to be discovered. Beneath the surface of the Atlantic lies a hidden world few people will ever witness. These waters support an extraordinary diversity of life across thousands of miles. The Atlantic seafloor contains landscapes as dramatic as any found on land. Beneath the waves, geological forces continue shaping the Atlantic even today. As depth increases, the Atlantic becomes increasingly mysterious. Currents connect every corner of the Atlantic, transporting energy and life across vast distances. Far below, a different world begins to emerge. Much of the Atlantic remains unexplored even today. In the darkness, life has evolved extraordinary adaptations for survival. The Atlantic Ocean is far more than waves and storms. Its greatest secrets remain hidden in the depths. In the deepest regions of the Atlantic, darkness becomes the dominant force. Few places on Earth remain as unexplored as the depths of the Atlantic Ocean. The seafloor is filled with landscapes hidden from human view for millions of years.
Beyond the familiar world lies an environment shaped by pressure, darkness, and time. Every creature here must survive under conditions few other forms of life could endure. Bioluminescence serves as communication, camouflage, and survival in the eternal night of the deep Atlantic.
The Atlantic depths are home to some of the most extraordinary animals on Earth. Despite centuries of exploration, Much of this world remains unknown. Yet the Atlantic's mysteries are not limited to the deep sea alone. Hidden between the depths and the surface lies another chapter of the Atlantic story, one written by shipwrecks. Across the Atlantic, thousands of shipwrecks rest beneath the waves.
Many of these wrecks have become thriving ecosystems within the Atlantic Ocean.
Nature gradually transforms even the greatest human creations.
The Atlantic preserves history while simultaneously erasing it. Some Atlantic shipwrecks tell stories of trade, migration, and exploration. Others are reminders of conflict, storms, and tragedy. Together, these wrecks form one of the largest underwater archives on Earth. Yet even these lost ships are only part of the Atlantic's mystery. Above the wrecks and beyond the storms, the Atlantic continues its endless motion. In Part 2, we enter the Kingdom of Storms, where the Atlantic's most powerful forces are born and unleashed across the ocean. Across the Atlantic Ocean, some of Earth's most powerful storms begin as barely noticeable disturbances. Warm Atlantic waters provide the energy needed to fuel extraordinary weather systems. Many Atlantic hurricanes begin as organized groups of powerful thunderstorms. As rotation develops, the storm begins its transformation.
The Atlantic Ocean acts as both the birthplace and fuel source for these immense storms.
As the storm grows, the ocean begins responding to its increasing power. Powerful winds transfer enormous amounts of energy into the Atlantic.
Within the storm, nature is building one of its most efficient engines.
What began as scattered storms is rapidly becoming a hurricane.
The Atlantic's kingdom of storms has awakened.
Now fully formed, the hurricane becomes one of the most powerful forces in the Atlantic Ocean.
The most dangerous conditions are often found surrounding the eye of the storm.
Wind speeds can reach extraordinary levels inside these systems. At the center of the storm lies an unexpected region of relative calm.
This temporary calm is surrounded by some of the most violent weather on Earth.
Seen from above, a hurricane reveals the astonishing scale of nature's engineering.
The hurricane transforms the Atlantic itself into a hostile environment. In extreme conditions, the Atlantic can produce waves of extraordinary size. For centuries, sailors feared these storms more than almost any other force in nature. Yet even hurricanes are not the Atlantic's only danger. Another phenomenon lurks among the waves. Sometimes, the Atlantic Ocean produces a phenomenon even more unpredictable than hurricanes. When waves from different storms interact, extraordinary conditions can emerge. In rare cases, energy becomes concentrated into a single enormous wave. These waves are known as rogue waves.
For centuries, sailors considered rogue waves little more than myths. Today we know these extraordinary waves are real and capable of tremendous destruction.
The Atlantic remains one of the most active regions on Earth for rogue wave formation. Storms, currents, and wave systems combine to create an ever-changing ocean.
The Atlantic's weather influences nearly every aspect of life within the ocean.
Yet while storms shape the Atlantic, they also create opportunities for the creatures that call this ocean home.
Even after storms pass, their influence continues throughout the Atlantic Ocean. Many animals have evolved to take advantage of the Atlantic's dynamic conditions.
Storms can bring nutrients from deeper waters toward the surface. These nutrients help support the immense productivity of the Atlantic Ocean. Where food becomes abundant, predators soon follow.
The Atlantic's food web is constantly shaped by movement and opportunity. The same storms that create danger can also create opportunity.
Life in the Atlantic depends upon adapting to constant change.
The Atlantic's currents connect distant ecosystems across the ocean.
Beneath these waters lies another force that helps shape the Atlantic itself.
The forces that shape the Atlantic are not limited to weather alone.
Far beneath the waves lies one of the most important geological features on Earth.
This underwater mountain system helps define the Atlantic Ocean itself.
The Atlantic is shaped by forces operating over millions of years. Long before storms crossed its surface, geological forces were shaping the Atlantic from below. Even in the deep Atlantic, life finds ways to thrive in extreme conditions.
These hidden ecosystems revealed how adaptable life can be. From the deepest geology to the most powerful storms, every part of the Atlantic is connected.
The Atlantic is an ocean shaped by constant movement and energy.
In the next chapter, we enter the graveyard of ships, where the Atlantic storms and history have left countless vessels resting beneath the sea. The Atlantic Ocean has connected continents, civilizations, and trade routes for centuries.
But the Atlantic has also claimed countless ships.
Thousands of shipwrecks lie scattered across the Atlantic seafloor.
Many of these wrecks have become artificial reefs, supporting entire ecosystems. Nature gradually transforms every trace of human history.
The Atlantic preserves history in ways found nowhere else. Each shipwreck represents a unique chapter in the story of the Atlantic.
Some vessels were lost to storms. Others disappeared during war, trade, or exploration.
Together, they form one of the largest underwater archives on Earth. Ahead lies another kind of Atlantic shipwreck, one linked to a more modern chapter of history. As technology advanced, so did the size of the ships crossing the Atlantic.
Yet even the most advanced vessels remained vulnerable to the Atlantic Ocean. Storms, collisions, and navigation errors have claimed countless ships. The Atlantic preserves evidence of journeys that never reached their destination. Over time, every ship becomes part of the ocean itself.
The Atlantic transforms human structures into thriving marine habitats. Many wrecks now support far more life than they did when they sailed the Atlantic.
Not every ship reached the seafloor intact.
Some Atlantic shipwrecks tell stories of catastrophe.
Among the Atlantic's countless wrecks, a few have become legendary.
Some Atlantic shipwrecks have become symbols of human ambition, tragedy, and mystery. These legendary wrecks continue to capture the imagination of people around the world. Resting silently beneath the Atlantic, these vessels have become part of the ocean's history.
Nature slowly transforms every trace of human activity.
The Atlantic preserves these places in a way few other environments can. Decades beneath the sea have transformed these ships into underwater worlds.
The largest shipwrecks have become entire ecosystems within the Atlantic.
Together, they create a vast underwater museum stretching across the ocean floor. Yet many Atlantic shipwrecks remain undiscovered. Some of the Atlantic's greatest secrets may still be waiting in the darkness. Large areas of the Atlantic seafloor remain largely unexplored. The deeper we travel, the more mysterious the Atlantic becomes. Sometimes, only fragments remain to reveal the presence of lost ships. Many Atlantic shipwrecks have been slowly reclaimed by time. Every object offers clues about journeys that ended beneath the sea. Even small discoveries can lead to larger mysteries. Many Atlantic shipwrecks survive only as fragments of their former selves. The Atlantic guards its secrets across immense distances. Not all mysteries of the Atlantic are linked to shipwrecks. Beyond the graveyard of ships lies an even deeper world of hidden Atlantic secrets. The Atlantic Ocean is a place where geology and history often meet. Over time, many Atlantic shipwrecks become thriving centers of marine life. These wrecks often support far more life than they ever carried as ships. The Atlantic continually transforms loss into new opportunity for life. Together, these wrecks form interconnected islands of biodiversity. Eventually, the Atlantic absorbs nearly every trace of human activity. But the Atlantic's greatest mysteries are not always linked to ships. Far beneath the waves lies a world shaped by forces operating over millions of years. These hidden mountains help define the Atlantic Ocean itself. Orbits. In Part 4, we leave the graveyard of ships behind
and descend into the Atlantic's deepest secrets.
Far beneath the Atlantic Ocean lies one of the longest mountain chains on Earth. Most of this enormous structure remains hidden beneath thousands of feet of water. The Mid-Atlantic Ridge helps define the shape and history of the Atlantic Ocean. Here, powerful geological forces continue reshaping the ocean floor. This hidden world remains one of the least explored regions of the Atlantic.
The Atlantic Ocean continues evolving through geological processes active to this day.
In some places, heat from deep within the Earth reaches the ocean floor. These hydrothermal vents support ecosystems unlike any found near the surface. Life thrives here without sunlight, drawing energy from the Earth itself.
These remarkable environments reveal just how many secrets remain hidden beneath the Atlantic Ocean. These hidden ecosystems exist in complete darkness, far beneath the Atlantic Ocean. The conditions here are among the most extreme found anywhere in the Atlantic. These species survive without sunlight, relying instead on chemical energy. Life has evolved remarkable solutions to survive in this environment. Beyond the vents lies an even larger realm of mystery. Much of the Atlantic's deepest seafloor remains largely unexplored. In the darkness, life often reveals itself through light. Bioluminescence is one of the most common forms of communication in the deep Atlantic. These living lights transform the darkness into a constantly changing landscape. Yet some of the Atlantic's most extraordinary inhabitants remain hidden in the darkness ahead. In the deepest regions of the Atlantic, encounters are often brief and mysterious. Many deep-sea species remain poorly understood despite decades of research. Survival in the deep Atlantic demands extraordinary adaptations. Every layer of the deep Atlantic supports unique forms of life. In an environment without sunlight, light itself becomes a valuable resource. Even the smallest sources of energy play a critical role in the deep Atlantic. The Atlantic's hidden landscapes are as remarkable as its wildlife. Some geological structures have remained unchanged for millions of years. Yet the Atlantic still holds larger mysteries waiting to be explored. Hidden beneath the Atlantic are mountains larger than many found on land. Thousands of underwater mountains are hidden beneath the Atlantic Ocean. These seamounts create islands of life within the deep Atlantic. Currents and geology work together to shape these remarkable ecosystems. Where nutrients concentrate, life flourishes. Some seamounts support biodiversity on a remarkable scale. These mountains preserve evidence of the Atlantic's geological history. The Atlantic seafloor contains landscapes far more varied than many people imagine. Hidden beneath the Atlantic are valleys rivaling some of the greatest canyons on Earth. These hidden corridors connect distant parts of the Atlantic ecosystem. Even today, large portions of the Atlantic remain largely unmapped and unexplored. Despite centuries of exploration, much of the Atlantic Ocean remains unknown. Large portions of the Atlantic seafloor have yet to be mapped in detail. The deeper we explore, the more mysteries we discover. The Atlantic is a world of extraordinary geological diversity. Life persists even in the most challenging environments. In the deep Atlantic, light itself becomes one of nature's greatest adaptations. The Atlantic's hidden landscapes also support extraordinary forms of life. Some of the Atlantic's most remarkable creatures remain hidden from view. The Atlantic's geological secrets provide the foundation for everything living above. In Part 5, we enter the realm of the Atlantic's strangest inhabitants, where extraordinary creatures have evolved. Far beneath the surface of the Atlantic Ocean lies a world unlike any other. In this environment, survival depends on extraordinary adaptations.
For many deep-sea creatures, light becomes a tool for communication, hunting, and survival.
Sometimes, a single light can conceal a deadly predator.
The anglerfish is one of the most iconic predators of the deep Atlantic. Its glowing lure attracts prey in an environment where food is scarce. Patience is one of the most effective hunting strategies in the deep ocean. When opportunity arrives, hesitation can mean starvation. Yet the anglerfish is only one of many extraordinary hunters living in the Atlantic. Deeper in the Atlantic, even stranger predators await. The deep Atlantic is home to predators unlike any found near the surface. In a world without sunlight, many hunters rely on stealth and surprise. The viperfish is among the most fearsome predators of the deep Atlantic. Its oversized teeth make escape almost impossible for captured prey. Food is scarce in the deep Atlantic, making every hunting opportunity valuable. Speed and surprise are often the difference between survival and starvation. The Atlantic's deep sea contains many predators with extraordinary adaptations. Despite its modest size, the fangtooth possesses some of the largest teeth relative to body size in the ocean. Every feature of these animals has evolved to maximize survival in extreme conditions. The Atlantic abyss is not empty. It is a world of constant hunting, competition, and survival. Every level of the deep Atlantic contains animals adapted to survive in permanent darkness. Some Atlantic predators rely on highly specialized feeding strategies. The gulper eel is one of the most unusual hunters in the deep Atlantic. Its enormous mouth allows it to consume prey larger than might seem possible. In an environment where food is unpredictable,
flexibility can be a major advantage. Further below, other hunters patrol the Atlantic darkness. Some sharks have adapted to life far below the surface. These hunters operate in an environment where visibility is extremely limited. Bioluminescence influences nearly every aspect of life in the deep Atlantic.
Yet among all the creatures of the Atlantic deep sea, some remain even more mysterious.
Among the most mysterious inhabitants of the Atlantic Ocean are creatures rarely seen by human eyes.
For centuries, stories of giant creatures emerging from the deep captured the human imagination. Many of those stories may have originated from encounters with giant squid.
The giant squid is among the largest invertebrates on Earth. Despite its size, much of its behavior remains a mystery.
Evidence found on giant squid reveals encounters with powerful hunters.
One Atlantic predator is known to hunt giant squid.
The sperm whale is one of the deepest diving mammals on Earth.
Deep within the Atlantic, two giants occasionally occupy the same hidden world. Their encounters remain among the most mysterious predator-prey relationships in the Atlantic Ocean. Much of what occurs in the deep Atlantic remains hidden from direct observation.
The giant squid relies on stealth and the darkness of the Atlantic for protection.
The sperm whale is uniquely adapted to hunt in the deep ocean. Encounters between these giants are rarely witnessed, yet signs of their interactions are well documented. Both species are among the most remarkable inhabitants of the Atlantic Ocean.
The deep Atlantic supports an extraordinary diversity of life. Every organism plays a role in maintaining the balance of this hidden world. From the deepest trenches to the surface waters, the Atlantic remains interconnected. The Atlantic Ocean is far more than a body of water. It is a living system shaped by countless forces.
In Part 6, we explore the unexplored Atlantic, one of the last great frontiers remaining on Earth.
Despite centuries of exploration, the Atlantic Ocean still holds countless unanswered questions.
The Atlantic remains one of Earth's greatest frontiers. Large areas of the Atlantic are rarely observed in detail. Much of the Atlantic's story remains hidden beneath the waves.
Ocean currents connect distant regions of the Atlantic in ways we are still learning to understand.
Many underwater landscapes remain only partially mapped. The Atlantic continues to surprise scientists with new discoveries.
Every expedition reveals new forms of life and new mysteries.
Some Atlantic inhabitants may still await scientific discovery. The Atlantic remains an ocean where discovery is still possible. Even today, vast regions of the Atlantic remain largely unexplored. The Atlantic still contains landscapes that few people have ever seen. many mysteries remain hidden beneath miles of water. Every expedition uncovers features previously unknown to science. The Atlantic's hidden geography rivals many landscapes found on land. Much of the deep Atlantic remains beyond routine observation. Life continues to adapt in ways we are only beginning to understand. Some Atlantic creatures may still await discovery. Each discovery reveals how much remains unknown. The Atlantic Ocean continues to challenge our understanding of the natural world. To understand the Atlantic, we must see it as a connected system. Currents transport energy, nutrients, and life across the Atlantic. Storms influence everything from surface conditions to deep ocean ecosystems. Life throughout the Atlantic depends upon constant movement and change. Every environment within the Atlantic contributes to a larger story. Shipwrecks connect human history to the natural world beneath the waves. Geological forces continue shaping the Atlantic even today. Even in the deepest darkness, life has found ways to thrive. The Atlantic is a living system shaped by powerful interactions between sea, weather, geology, and life. And despite everything we have learned, the Atlantic continues to hold secrets beyond the horizon. The Atlantic Ocean is one of the defining features of our planet. Its waters influence climate, weather, ecosystems, and human history. From the surface to the abyss, every part of the Atlantic is connected. Storms help shape the Atlantic's character and influence life throughout the ocean. Shipwrecks preserve centuries of history beneath the sea. The Atlantic's hidden landscapes remain among the most extraordinary places on Earth. Even the deepest regions of the Atlantic are filled with life. Every organism depends upon the Atlantic's complex and interconnected systems. Yet despite centuries of exploration, the Atlantic still guards many of its secrets. The Atlantic remains one of Earth's greatest natural wonders and one of its last great frontiers. For millions of years, the Atlantic Ocean has shaped the world around it. Its currents connect continents, climates, and ecosystems across vast distances. From hidden shipwrecks to deep-sea mysteries, the Atlantic contains worlds within worlds. Much of this ocean remains unseen, unexplored, and still waiting to be understood. The Atlantic shelters some of the most remarkable forms of life on Earth. Every layer of the Atlantic is connected through a continuous cycle of energy and life. Storms, currents, geology, and life together shape the identity of the Atlantic Ocean. The Atlantic is not merely an ocean. It is one of Earth's great living systems. And despite everything we have discovered, countless Atlantic secrets remain hidden beneath the waves.
The Atlantic Ocean remains a place of wonder, mystery, and discovery, a world where storms, shipwrecks, and deep-sea secrets continue to collide.